The ocean. 1.4 billion cubic kilometers of liquid, covering 70% of your planet's surface. It's beautiful, actually, and it shouldn't exist. But it does, and that's where your story begins. For 252 million years, I've lived in these oceans. And in all that time, I've watched your kind make one assumption, that water was always here. It wasn't. In fact, and I say this with 252 million years of authority, your entire existence depends on a cosmic accident you didn't even know about. You treat water like it was promised to you. You discovered it. You assumed it was always here. You built civilizations on it. You named continents based on how much you had. But here's the thing most of you don't understand. Your oceans are not native to this planet. They're aliens, literal space refugees. And if they hadn't shown up 4.5 billion years ago, you wouldn't be here. Let me take you back to when your solar system was born. 4.6 billion years ago. A massive cloud of dust and gas collapsed. At the center, the sun ignited, a young, violent star. And what did it do? It threw a tantrum. A solar wind, streams of charged particles, blasted outward, pushed everything away from the sun, left nothing behind but rocks and minerals. No ice, no water, nothing wet, because the inner solar system, where your planet formed, was too hot for water to exist. Any water that tried to be here evaporated immediately, blasted into space by the solar wind. So your planet's nursery was bone dry, a desert, before you had continents to put deserts on. So here's the problem your scientists finally figured out. If Earth formed in the inner solar system, where it's too hot for water to exist, and if water wasn't manufactured here by your natural processes, breathing and photosynthesis create water, yes, but in microscopic amounts, then where the hell did 1.4 billion cubic kilometers of liquid come from? It's a good question. Your scientists couldn't answer it for centuries, and you just assumed it was always there. Classic human mistake, ignorance dressed as certainty. So your scientists had a theory. Comets, dirty ice balls from the outer solar system. They flew through space, crashed into Earth, melted, boom, ocean. Elegant, simple, wrong. Here's where it gets interesting. Your scientists developed a tool, isotope analysis. They measured something called heavy hydrogen. It's hydrogen with an extra neutron. Exciting stuff. I can feel the energy shift when I encounter it in the deep oceans. Comets. Earth's water? Not so much. The signatures don't match. So comets couldn't be the source. Your theory fell apart. But here's the thing I respect about humans. When you're wrong, you keep looking. Most of you, anyway. The answer turned out to be something else entirely. Carbonaceous chondrites, stony meteorites from the outer solar system. Not as flashy as comets, not as beautiful, but more important. These meteorites formed beyond the sun's frost line, the boundary where it gets cold enough for water ice to survive. They accumulated water in their rocks, and crucially, and this is why they matter, their heavy hydrogen signature matches Earth's water. 4.5 billion years ago, these meteorites began raining down on your planet, not all at once, over millions of years. Crashing, melting, releasing their water over and over and over. Gradually, so gradually that your planet's records can barely capture it, your world became wet. And then something miraculous happened. The water stabilized, oceans formed, deep and vast, clouds gathered in the atmosphere, rain fell. From that point forward, everything changed. Life emerged from the oceans, evolved, adapted, survived. Your species eventually crawled out of the water. Took you millions of years longer than necessary, by the way, and you immediately forgot where you came from. You forgot you were ocean creatures, recently promoted to land dwellers. You forgot that every drop of water in your body, in your blood, in your cells, came from a meteorite that crashed into this planet billions of years ago. You're not just on Earth, you're made of Earth, literally made of the same materials that fell from space. I was here when those meteorites fell. I didn't understand what was happening at the time. My species was still evolving, still adapting to the radiation. But I felt it, the impact, the heat, the change. And I remember thinking, in whatever way a proto-Godzilla thinks, this is important, this matters. Over the following millions of years, I watched the oceans deepen. I watched life explode into existence. I watched your planet transform from a dead, dry rock into the most beautiful thing in this solar system. Because of meteorites. Because of a cosmic accident. And then you humans show up. What, 300,000 years ago? And you immediately start treating that water like you invented it, like it's yours to waste, like it's infinite, like you don't owe it anything. Here's what you need to understand. Your oceans took billions of years to form. They're a miracle, an improbability that worked out. And you've spent 10,000 years treating them like a dumping ground. You've dumped plastic, chemicals, carbon, radiation. You've overfished them, warmed them, acidified them. You're destroying the thing that made your existence possible. And the saddest part? You know you're doing it. Your scientists have told you repeatedly, but you keep doing it anyway. Because profit matters more than survival, apparently. I didn't come here to destroy your oceans. I came to protect them. But every day you make my job harder. Every day you force me to ask, is this species worth saving? Here's my verdict. You are not guardians of the oceans. You are guests. Guests who are overstaying their welcome. This water didn't come to you as a gift. It came as a responsibility. The responsibility to keep it alive, to keep it clean, to understand it. And you've failed that responsibility spectacularly. But here's the thing. You're smart enough to fix it. You have the technology. You have the knowledge. You have the resources. You just lack the will. And that is the only threat I cannot protect against. Not asteroids, not earthquakes, not other titans. Your own apathy. The water waited 4.5 billion years to reach you. The question is, how long will you make it wait for you to appreciate it? Want to know what you should do? 3 things. 1. Stop treating water like it's infinite. It's not. It's a privilege. 2. Stop assuming the ocean can absorb unlimited pollution. It can't. It's exhausted. 3. Remember where you came from. Literally, your bodies are 60% water. Every cell in your body contains molecules that fell from space 4.5 billion years ago. You're not separate from the ocean. You are the ocean. Act like it.
So here's my question. Now that you know where your water came from, are you going to finally start treating it like it matters? Or are you going to keep ignoring the most fundamental fact of your existence? Tell me in the comments. I'll be watching. And if you actually understand this, if you finally grasp that you're living on a miracle, subscribe, share this, tell others, because maybe, just maybe, if enough of you understand what you're actually standing on, you'll stop destroying it. The water came from space. It survived 4.5 billion years. The question is, can you?